Hello and welcome to another dose of Character Unlock podcast. We are here once again after stuff has happened that we kind of missed because we were busy playing video games. So apparently Microsoft did a little conference thing and there's other news that's come out of the woodwork, but we missed it all because, well, it happens at stupid times and sleep's more important. But I'm hosting, John, and with me is Brooker. Brooks, how are we?
Mate, I almost missed the podcast. I was too busy playing one of the best games I've played in recent memory.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about Red Dead Redemption.
No, we're not. More on that. Actually, you know what? I will talk about Red Dead Redemption very quickly, and I'll say this. Once again, we've ended up with another game where you were more excited about it than I was, and I ended up playing it to completion easily, and you just got frustrated with it to the point where you just have kind of given up on it?
Pretty much, yeah. I can't be asked. I genuinely can't be asked. Mate, it's such a gorgeous game, and when you're in the story, it's so good, but it's so frustrating. You know, it's so tremendously frustrating. It's stupid little fucking niggles every time you do something. My latest annoyance is the fucking cinematic camera.
Why this time?
Because, so, with no fucking fast travel, actually,
Yeah.
I found the best thing to do was just switch the cinematic camera on.
And just hold down the A button.
Yeah.
Just let it happen.
You can do it. The problem is, if you get ambushed while that cinematic camera's on, you're all kinds of fucked.
Yep.
All kinds of fucked. You can't get out the camera quick enough. And the second and a half it took me to get out of the camera view and turn around because I'd managed to wander through the ambush that was now trying to shoot me. I was dead. And sent back, 20 minutes and $30 poorer. No! Just fuck off! Mate, I got so frustrated with this game. The wife's looking at me, genuinely looking at me going, why are you playing this game? All it's doing is making you angry. I'm like, I don't know.
You're playing it because you spent £80 on it.
Well,
That's
this is
why.
the fucking problem, and this is why I shouldn't fucking buy digital games. Because I spent 80 quid on this thing. The 2-hour refund window is bollocks, because in the first 2 hours I was still looking at the opening credits. Wandering through the snow, still trying to figure out what button does shoot.
Yep.
And now where I'm at the point where I'm like, actually, I'm probably done. I can't be asked.
I'm not going to say I told you so, but I did tell you to refund it before we even started playing it.
The niggles got worse. This is my biggest problem. The niggles just got worse. I could deal with the little bits at the beginning because it felt like I was playing Unforgiven, the video game, and I love westerns so much, and I thought I'm playing a proper fucking western. You know what? I need to install the first Red Dead Redemption and just play that instead. I will go back to it, but I need a break.
Yep.
I need some time off of it. I need to not be worried. I need to not be frustrated with it for hours on end. It's just pissing me off, so I went to play something else.
So I'll add on to the Red Dead stuff and say that I've hit 100% story completion and I'm at 90.1% overall completion.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll 100% it. There's some stuff on there that's way too fucking hard to do. So some of the gambling challenges are fucking... Well, it's not... No, they're not hard. They're just infuriating because it's chance-based. So you need to... For one of them, you need to bust out a person at each of the poker locations, but you have to do it when there's more than 2 people on the table. So you turn up at the table and there'll be like 2 people there, so it's like, great, you join in, and then when you get someone down to their last like 40 cents, and then they just spend the entire time folding every time, and then when eventually they do join in, either A, they win, or B, the other person wins.
Yeah.
And then you end up not being able to do it.
Yeah. What was the other game that did that? Sleeping Dogs. When you had to do
Oh,
the cockfighting
you had to win
challenge,
something like 100K on quack on the no, it was like you had to win like 10 grand on cockfighting.
and it was 100% random
Yeah,
and so infuriating.
but only one of the cockfighting places would actually let you put down bets that were big enough that was worthwhile doing.
Yeah, there's one over by the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm glad I don't trophy chase anymore because you look at I've got so woefully few trophies in Red Dead, and I'm halfway through chapter 3, and I think I've gotten 3 achievements. So I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I would never be able to 100% that. But I don't know. Just no.
Well, I have almost half of the achievements. Do you know why? Because the online's not available yet.
This makes it even worse. There's fucking online achievements for a game whose online isn't even active yet.
No, and all we've got is that it's coming in November.
Yeah, fuck Rockstar. Fuck Rockstar and the horse they rode in on.
Basically, you're just playing GTA 5, the horse version.
You know what, mate? I think this will be probably the last Rockstar game I spend money on.
Didn't you
Genuinely.
say that for the last one? And
No,
the one before that?
no. The last Rockstar game I bought GTA 5, and I said it will be the last GTA game I play. And I confirmed that one twice afterwards. I tried to fucking play the game and still got bored. I, maybe Rockstar games just ain't for me.
Maybe you're too adult now.
I
You
don't.
just can't. You can't appreciate the naked man lying down with dogs.
I don't. There's so much about it. There's the time constraints because Red Dead is a time sink.
Yeah,
You know, a filthy time sink. Uh, it's an abject lesson in frustration with its controls. Red Dead One is the much better game. I there's just there wasn't I mean I've probably played I don't know maybe 15 hours, and I think I've maybe only enjoyed 5 of those in total. The rest of the time I've been getting annoyed or just sitting wondering what the fuck I'm doing with my life as I wander through another bit of countryside that looks exactly the same as the last 4 paths I followed. I'm getting rather annoyed. I don't
yeah,
I don't understand it. There's so many mechanics that are pointless in this game because everything is given to you. You know, I don't know why I'm doing side missions because I don't need the money. There's no point in me paying off bounties because the second I do, I get another one. I, I don't need to go and buy provisions because they're all given to me or I can loot them off of people.
yep,
You know, there's nothing pushing me to do the side missions outside of completionism and wanting to see about the story, which I've given up caring about now. I no, I genuinely, mate, I don't think Rockstar games are for me. I don't think I'll be buying any more. I will play Red Dead. I will finish Red Dead 2 eventually, and I will play Red Dead Online because I've paid 80 quid for this fucking game, and I better take it online at least once. Uh, and I want to go online with you and play with it because it looks
yeah,
like it could be fun. But yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not spending that kind of money on a game that I wanted to cry. By the time I gave up, I'm just going, you know what? And we'll talk about this when we get to what we've been playing. When I finally moved on to other games, I was so happy. A genuine sense of relief when I just decided that that was it. I'm turning the game off and playing something else.
yeah, yeah. I totally get where you're coming from. I mean, after I finished Red Dead, yes, I've done a fair amount of other random stuff, but I don't know. If one of my friends isn't on, I don't find myself playing it because it's not as entertaining to play it if you don't not playing with someone else to kind of chat to when you're at my stage of the game
Yeah,
because you need someone else to talk to just go over doing certain things like going through some of the challenges or just in general riding around and finding interesting and cool things like a cabin, and then you tell him that you send him a picture of the location of the cabin and say you can find gold bars there, and in reality it's a bear.
nice. That just seems mean.
It's brilliant. So it was literally I pointed at a random cabin in the woods and I said you need to go here. There's like 3 gold bars. So he goes there, walks in through the front door and just bear.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, I'm not taking any advice from you on Red Dead then.
Honestly, seriously, the Red Dead subreddit has got to a point where people are actually like, it's just constant. You should go. Everyone should just go here, but only go at like nighttime or go here. And there's really fucking weird ones, like a fat guy invites you in to have dinner with his sister, and then it gets really creepy and incestuous, and then you end up losing all of your money and disappeared off somewhere in the forest.
Fair enough.
And there's a couple of others, like there's a house somewhere near Valentine which has the mayor of Valentine getting spanked by his wife while he's wearing a full gimp suit.
Okay.
Yep. And the aforementioned bear in the cabin.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. Oh, there's a dude who has a load of keep out signs around his property, and as you walk towards his house, he just starts shouting at you, "Can't you read? Keep away from me. This is my land. Get out of it." And then he pulls out a shotgun and kills you from fucking miles away.
Fair enough.
But if you kill him, you get his shotgun, and you find out that his shotgun, it's a double barrel, and its buckshot has the accuracy of slug rounds.
Nice. Very nice. Oh, can we talk for a second about the forced fucking stealth section?
You mean half of the game?
The bit where I had to sneak through the swamp to go and hand a letter to a bird. That
Oh, yeah.
and there was no way of getting through that fucking area without being seen.
Yeah, you can't get through the area without being seen. You can just walk around it, though.
That's what I did.
Really easily just walk around it. Yeah,
That's
because I was walking through it and I got caught like 4 times doing it. And I was like, bollocks to this. And then just walked around everyone and just like, oh,
that's what I did. I was like, I'm just going to walk around and see what happens, and nothing happened. I managed to win, if you can call
yeah.
that winning. But I was like, really, you're telling me to sneak through this? You've put this stealth mission in, and it's a stealth mission. It's sneak through without being seen, and you've made it literally impossible to get through without being seen. And the second you're seen, that's it. You're done.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
That mission's not far away from probably one of the best missions in the game.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I haven't long finished that mission.
Yeah.
I got annoyed after that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I literally sat there going, this isn't Metal Gear Solid or Deus Ex. Why the fuck am I stealthing through shitty cabins? Like, no. Just fucking no. We need to move on, so I'm just going to get angry and be negative about Red Dead for another 2 hours.
Just keep shouting at Red Dead for 2 hours because once again we're on a Red Dead podcast.
It's not a good game. And I know so many people are going to hate me for saying it is not a good game. It is not a well-made game. It looks gorgeous. Make it a fucking movie. Give me a Final Fantasy style movie where everybody is animated but looks real. I will sit and watch it. I will not play that shit. Not anymore.
Let's move on to some news because, like I said earlier on the podcast, there was actually news because Red Dead's been out long enough now, so we can start announcing things again. People are actually starting to pay attention again. And Microsoft busted out their 2018 conference of Microsoft Xboxness.
Yes.
Where they didn't actually announce everything that they were going to announce this year because they've since announced other stuff.
Yeah.
But, okay, so we've had XO18, which featured several hours worth of excitement in Mexico, where they just started shouting things and then the Mexicans started screaming and shouting too. And it was weird.
Was it like a Mexican wedding, just, firing guns in the air and...
Well, see, they didn't have any guns, but it was... Seriously, it was...
No. Sorry.
You didn't watch it.
No, I did not.
Don't. Just don't. But it was very... It was... the Windows 95 announcement, where they just got a load of, really white guys on the stage dancing away, and Bill Gates is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that.
Nice.
It was basically that, only for like 3 hours because it was Phil Spencer, Larry Hryb, and some other people that
See,
were
that's a
just
shame because I really
that,
like Phil Spencer.
that were just like there and then just going full hype man into the crowd about the stuff that was going on, including talking about the 16 games that were announced for Game Pass. But they did it teasingly. So they said we've got 16 games to announce, but then they just teased them out for the rest of the show.
Fair enough.
But okay, well, let's go with some of those 16 games that have gone onto Game Pass. Some of them are actually pretty cool games that are going onto the Game Pass, but at the same time, there's a lot of games going onto there that you're looking at and going, and? So it's like PUBG is going on isn't on Game Pass now on from as of the 12th of November, but why? Why is that necessary? Then Agents of Mayhem goes on tomorrow.
Agents of Mayhem doesn't need to be on there.
No. But you get like Hellblade and Thomas Was Alone or In the Blind Forest, things like that. Or
I'll admit, because I've not
and
played.
Will of the Wisps also goes on there.
Yeah, I've not played Ori and the Blind Forest, so I will play it now. It's on Game Pass, and I might have another bash at Hellblade because I bought it on the PlayStation and wasn't really a fan. But I wouldn't mind giving it another go, so I'll give it another bash on the Xbox when it rolls out. Yeah, 50-50. Half games that you know and maybe want to play, and the other half ones that no one's ever heard of. What the fuck is Supermarket Shriek?
So Supermarket Shriek is a game where you are, and I think it's you and a goat are in a shopping cart, and you need to try and get around the shop by screaming, and that's the way you control the shopping cart. Like, imagine having two fire extinguishers and you pull them independently to turn.
Okay,
It's that.
I'm good. Thanks, Xbox.
So um there's a game that's coming out by one of the co-founders of Rational Games. So that's by System Shock and BioShock,
Yeah.
which is a strategy cell shaded shooter called Void Bastards.
Okay.
It actually looks kind of cool,
Okay.
and that's coming out onto Game Pass, so it's worth the price of admission. So if you'd like, and as you've probably got Game Pass, and it's well worth buying Game Pass every so often, but uh, yeah, Void Bastards looks quite cool.
It's a bit like my Netflix and my Prime subscription. I don't necessarily always use it, but I do let the subscription just tick over.
Yeah, it's a let the subscription take out. Well, I only look at Netflix whenever there's a new fucking show that comes out I'm interested in, or when Suits uh, is what I'm watching at the moment because, well, I'm invested into it. But when the Marvel shows come around, even though most of them have now been cancelled, then I'll flick onto those. And
Yeah.
the Amazon Prime is the same thing. Is that for me? It was watching Lucifer, but that's now on Netflix, obviously. Uh, yeah, with Prime, it's I want to watch a film. Fuck it, stick Amazon Prime and see what's available this week.
Yeah.
But I'd probably be like the same with Game Pass, is that there's games that are coming out constantly onto it, and whenever there's a new release comes out, so Forza Horizon was the last one, I think. So all Xbox exclusives go straight onto there. Crackdown will probably be the next one when it comes out a week early.
To be fair, a week early is probably a good shout for Crackdown
Yeah.
because it was due to come out on the same day as Days Gone, which I think has been delayed again. But Metro Exodus and Anthem.
Okay, so it's dead smack in the February shit show.
Yeah, so it was due to come out on the same day as those two. So now they've brought it forward a week. So now people can play it on Game Pass. A little bit of word of mouth. Hopefully people pick it up. I don't know. I don't know the logic behind it, but not going up against EA's Anthem, which is probably going to sell a shitload even if it's crap, because EA will throw all the money at marketing.
Yeah, well, they've already thrown a lot of money at marketing because they've already said that, oh yeah, you know how shit Andromeda was? Well, it's actually because we moved everyone onto Anthem.
Yeah. But this is the thing. So I would expect that come middle of December, when I start going to see films, there will be adverts for Anthem
Yeah, probably.
from early, from just before Christmas, when all the families are going in.
Yeah. But from what we've seen of Crackdown as of XO18, I'm a little scared by the game that's coming out. I don't know how much single player exists in this game, and I'm not entirely sure how the multiplayer works because all they showed off was them just blowing everything up in fucking neon.
Yeah,
It was,
I'll be honest. I haven't watched a proper trailer for Crackdown 3 since the first announcement one. I whenever they come on E3, I blank. I can't
yeah,
remember a single thing I've seen to do with Crackdown 3. I I don't care. I did when they first announced it, and I don't really know Crackdown that much, but it does look like it should scratch my Saints Row 4 itch. Because Agents of Mayhem, God bless it, really didn't. But outside of that, I couldn't give two shits. And if I've got nothing going on that week, I will install it and have a go. But I I can't imagine me even giving remotely half a shit when it comes out.
okay, so looking more
I'm in a fucking
into
bad mood today, man.
apparently so. I'm trying to remain positive here. It's usually the other way around. But okay, so it's looking like Crackdown could be another Fortnite style. We'll separate the multiplayer from the story, and no one will play the story because they're too busy with the multiplayer.
Yeah,
So that the Wrecking Zone and the campaign mode are probably going to be separate downloads. But the Crackdown campaign will be more like the first two. But the Wrecking Zone is just a massive battle arena type game zone. So it's not a battle royale, but it's a big motherfucking. I think it's 5-on-5 arenas
so that could be fun.
where you just blow the shit out of everything.
Just insane destruction, 5 on 5 could be fun.
Yeah,
And to be fair, that's what a lot of multiplayer is lacking at the moment.
yeah,
Is actually being fun.
yeah. What else came out of it? Mouse and keyboard support.
What do you think to that?
Well, there's two sides to the coin. One, okay, fine, put mouse and keyboard support onto your Xbox. It's great for, say, the chat stuff.
Yeah,
So it makes chat a lot easier to have mouse and keyboard support. Or for single player games that may or may not be better. So like Bomber Crew
yeah.
probably works better with mouse and keyboard.
I think didn't it? It came out last week, I think, or was due to come out last week.
Yeah. Or games that are co-op and non-competitive.
Yeah,
And then there's the other side of it, which is games like I think Fortnite and Warframe have both done this, where they've banned people for having the mouse and keyboard hack on your
yeah,
Xbox.
yeah,
So it was that USB Bluetooth cartridge thing that you plug into the USB ports on your Xbox, and you can stick a mouse and keyboard to it, and then it just essentially reassigns the controls, and it works mouse and keyboard style. And
yeah,
they've banned people for using them, and loads of people have complained, saying that, oh, I've been banned from playing this just because I've got this, and it's like, well, yeah, good. You've ruined it for everyone else.
yeah. I think for online stuff, you'll probably find that a bit like Fortnite does with everything else. It gives you the option to join a lobby. So
Yeah.
if you want to play with keyboard and
Oh,
mouse players, you can. If you
oh
don't,
yeah. There'll be if you've got a keyboard and mouse plugged in, you're enforced to play with the people who've selected I want to play with keyboard and mouse, or people who have keyboard and mouse.
yeah,
Whereas if you don't want to play against keyboard and mouse, like me, you'll be put into lobbies of people who also don't want to play keyboard and mouse.
it
There's
is. It
there's
has.
a couple.
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say there's a couple of other games that are like that. I think I'm trying to because I had a friend who Gears of War, because Gears of War 4
Yeah,
has
it's on Windows.
has a Windows option, and you can play against people on Windows. And I've played with friends, so myself, and I know that Lee's laughing at me saying friends. Myself and Josh and another one playing on our Xboxes, and then there was two others that were playing on with Windows. We were just sat in party chat playing, and obviously they kept coming top of the group because, well, keyboard and mouse
Yeah,
superior accuracy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It will do good for things like Bomber Crew though, because you're getting keyboard and mouse support for like Bomber Crew, and that needs a keyboard and mouse.
yeah, when I was trying to play that with the fucking controller at uh
Resd.
Rezzed, that was a fucking nightmare, but I loved every second of playing it.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be so much better with keyboard and mouse. But even then, keyboard and mouse, I got a laptop to do it.
Yeah.
It's on Steam. It's
Yeah.
cheaper on Steam.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not fussed really. I mean, my days of competitive multiplayer are long behind me, so I don't really care if I win or lose. Or I think if it gives an actual unfair advantage, there might be an issue. But you can, get better. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not saying that you don't get an unfair advantage with a keyboard and mouse against controller players. You do, and that can be. You can see that anytime you've stuck a controller into your PC and tried to play Battlefield Online, you get your ass handed to you. You know, I speak from experience. And I'm quite a good Battlefield, or was quite a good Battlefield player,
yeah,
but yeah, I'm not that fussed. I don't really care. I don't think it will change the landscape that much. I think it'll be good for games like I say, like Bomber Crew, which keyboard and mouse works better, or would work better. So it gives devs the opportunity to get more sales.
yeah.
But if you take things like Call of Duty, Battlefield, they won't implement keyboard and mouse for console playing.
Not
Not,
not yet. Not until they see some numbers. But at the same time, you put keyboard and mouse support on your Xbox, and in the future on the PlayStation, if they do eventually get around to doing it properly, that just adds another step into the crossplay.
yep, yeah, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, but moving on away from keyboard and mouse support, we'll go on to the next bit, which is that there's an expansion coming to Forza Horizon 4, Lee.
Woo.
So I actually played some Forza Horizon 4 with Lee not that long ago and actually really enjoyed it. And I think Lee enjoyed playing it, but only because when you're playing with someone and you're just chatting to them, gas bagging away,
Yeah.
it's a lot easier to lose time in Forza Horizon, like a lot of other games.
Yeah. Well,
But
we found that with Forza Horizon 3, didn't we? So it was you,
yeah,
me, and Jack were playing,
yeah,
uh, just dossing about and half racing, half being dicks,
yep,
and it was much more fun.
yeah. It's a lot easier to just drive. If it's well, it's like driving around in real life. If you're driving around with friends in cars, just in just for the
Crashing into
sake,
lampposts and
yeah, just for the sake of going on a road trip somewhere, it's probably a lot more fun.
yeah,
You know, sit there with your phone on a group call between you and the other guys, people driving around, and just like fucking chat away while you're driving and getting stuck in traffic on the M25.
yeah,
Yeah, so it's Fortune Island, which apparently is the biggest expansion in Forza Horizon. I wasn't aware that that was a difficult feat, considering that Forza Horizon 4 is the biggest game in
yeah,
Forza Horizon history. Is the expansion going to be bigger than, say, the entire map of Forza Horizon 1?
yeah. Fair enough. I, I, I couldn't get into Forza Horizon 4. I tried and I hated it. But racing games, yeah,
Yeah,
my history of racing games has been well documented.
yeah. Well, maybe if it's on Game Pass, if Lee still got Game Pass, then at some point, all three of us should probably try and be on at the same time and just mash about.
Yeah.
I was going to use a different word, then realised probably shouldn't say it.
What fucking word are we going to use?
Mince.
Ah, that's alright. I was going to say, fucking hell. Kind of slang were you about to whip out? Awful, racist, horrendous shit. I'm like, oh god, no, what am I going to have to edit? Nah, mince is fine.
Yeah. I don't know why. I haven't used the word mince to describe something for a long time. It's weird. Well, I don't know why that came from. So Sea of Thieves and State of Decay 2 have got updates coming. Yay.
Woohoo. I still haven't played Sea of Thieves, can't be asked.
It's not worth it.
State of Decay 2 looks like shit, can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Pretty much all
And
I've got to say on that.
yeah, I agree. I agree. It's not amazing. And Microsoft have picked up Obsidian.
Which is interesting. I,
Yeah,
I, because they made New Vegas, didn't they?
they did make New Vegas. You're right.
Which doesn't interest me even slightly. But they did make The Stick of Truth, which I really enjoyed.
Yep.
But I enjoyed The Stick of Truth mainly for the humour, because it's South Park, not really for the game. They're adding to the list of companies that are going to be making first-party titles for Microsoft.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Well, more first party titles. I mean, it's probably a bit too late in the game day for the one.
well, here's the thing. So, because they've got, so what are the listeners? They've got, I mean, the big ones. You've got Turn 10 and the Coalition, 343, Obsidian. Who was the one they got? Oh, Ninja Theory. They
Yep.
grabbed, didn't they? And a couple of others. Whatever the initiative is, I don't know who that is, but that was their big moment at E3, wasn't it? Welcome, introducing the initiative. Woohoo! Don't know who they are. Great, but so if we say these announcements have been made today, even if they bought the studios a year ago, they're going to be They're not going to be working on games for the one.
No.
They're just not. So actually, love them or hate them, and I'm talking about Microsoft and the studios. You know, the next generation of games machine is going to be interesting, and it looks like Microsoft want to come out swinging because those are a couple of big names they've got there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a lot of interesting games coming, possibly as launch titles for the 2020 console.
Yeah, yeah. What was the other one? Who's the other one? Oh, they've got Rare, haven't they? That's who are Compulsion? What are Compulsion Games? I know them from something as well. Doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure that's them as well. But yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting start to the new generation. Hopefully, it's not all going to be RPGs because
Well, considering that the what they've just picked up Obsidian, there's a lot of RPGs in their history.
yeah, because they picked up Obsidian and In Exile, who are an
Yeah.
RPG maker. I don't know their stuff. I think they made Bard's Tale and Wasteland, but I haven't played them, so I don't know if they're any good or not. But yeah, lots of RPGs, but RPGs sell, and RPGs sell worldwide as well. So I can see
Yeah.
why they're doing it. I just kind of hope we're not talking a all eggs in one basket thing, and I also hope we're not saying, in 2 years' time, oh yeah, those could have been interesting if they'd have been fucking released when the new console was, not 3 years later, like Crackdown.
Crackdown released 2 months before the new console arrives.
Yeah, but yeah, what was the other thing that I was going to say? Because we talked about a few things we were going to talk about before the show, and I can't. And one of them we didn't talk. Oh, the discless Xbox One S.
Yeah, that's something that we've been after for a little while.
Yeah, how do you feel about that then, mate?
So I've wanted a discless just a discless console for a little while because I was fully behind the fact that yes, it'd be really nice if I didn't have to keep putting a disc in my disc tray every time I wanted to change game, which is why I'm mostly digital now
Yeah,
to my sins. Means I have to be a bit more specific
yeah.
and going around and trying to buy stuff. I can't just go wasting money on everything.
No,
But
that's how I ended up with a £90 Red Dead Redemption edition that I can't fucking get rid of.
yeah, and I'm quite happy with my £90 Red Dead edition. But yeah, so there's the what? You take your discs to the nearest GameStop in America because that's probably the only company that'll do it, or Best Buy, and they will give you digital codes for those games.
Yep.
So, assuming that comes over here, it'll be you walk your copies of discs to your local game store, and the game guys will just go, okay, here you go. Here is a load of digital download codes for all of those games you just handed over. By the way, you probably should have traded them in, and you could have bought this instead.
Yep.
It's a good way of getting people to get rid of all of their current discs.
Yeah, I just there's not going to be you're not going to be able to get everybody. You can't convince everybody to go digital.
No,
People like discs. People like collections. More importantly, you know, if I have a collection of discs, if I sell my Xbox,
there's a lot of games there that you
I've
can
got
give.
games I can sell on with it as well.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about the person buying your console going, "Oh, I don't have any games to go with it."
Exactly.
When you sell someone a console, if you've got say 10 to 15 games, then they've got 10 to 15 games worth to play,
Exactly. You know,
which is
or
always a good thing.
it's an extra 15 quid if I trade it in. You
Yeah,
know, either way, it's extra profit for me, and I paid the same amount for the game.
yeah.
And I maybe I play games differently. I tend to more or less play one game and then finish it and then move on to the next one. So
Oh yeah.
swapping out discs is not a big deal for me. I have I want to play Tomb Raider. I will put the Tomb Raider disc in. You know, and I like if Microsoft can guarantee for the rest of my gaming career. So let's say if I'm really lucky for the next 30 years, I will always be able to play my digital games on the Microsoft console that I own, whether it be an Xbox One or an Xbox 37 or whatever. If they can guarantee that, then I would be more than happy to go digital only if prices dropped.
Well, that's the words that they've been batting around for a little while, and that was forward compatible.
Yeah, and I do think they're making big steps with giving us Xbox and Xbox 360 backwards compatibility, and this whole half a generation step that both of these companies have done. So obviously we've got an Xbox One and Xbox One X and PS4 and PS4 Pro. They're basically a half step generation.
Yeah. Which means that the next step, the one of the new consoles, your Xbox 2,
Yeah,
your PS5, aren't necessarily huge step ups. So the PlayStation 5 will be a pretty decent step up because it will be the 4K experience console that the Xbox One is, for
yeah,
instance. But the Xbox One X to the next Xbox might not necessarily be huge.
no,
It might not. And if they have forward compatible, and if the games coming out on the Xbox next console ends up being games are coming out on the Xbox One still, and it's not like when you were playing games on the 360 that were on the Xbox One and they were god awful slow.
yeah,
Destiny is one that's fucking hilarious for it. So Destiny 1, if you had it on the old gen consoles, if you paused the game to bring up your items menu, you were pretty much guaranteed to die because it would take a good 13 to 20 seconds to load up your inventory.
excellent.
And then it would take the equivalent amount of time to then get rid of that screen to take you back into the game to play. Whereas it's seamless on the current gen.
Yeah, I mean there are logistics there that give me a headache just trying to think of. You know, if we have, let's say we're on the Xbox One X and we go to the Xbox 2 or the Xbox 4 or whatever they want to call it.
720.
Yeah. Are they going to make games that only work on the new console and up, or will every game they make have to work on the new console and the previous ones? Because that's going to gimp new games.
It's been
it's going to
doing
gimp
it for a while.
yeah, but there are obvious. What I mean is, if I buy one game, would I be able to? If I install Crackdown 4 on my new Xbox console, will I also be able to play Crackdown 4 on my Xbox One? Not even my One X, but my One. If I can, what's the point in upgrading?
Well, I think it's the same with the current half step that they've done, where it's you can have your Xbox One games,
Yeah,
and you can still have your Xbox One. There are still plenty of people out there who still have original Xbox Ones. Some people probably still have the one they got from launch day, the almost 7 years ago.
Okay, so but this would be comparable to me buying a game on this. Okay, this would be comparable to me buying Red Dead Redemption 2, installing it on my Xbox One X, and also being able to play it on my 360.
Is it though?
Well, of course it would be, because
Well,
we're not talking a half generation step. We're talking the next console.
yeah, but the next console isn't going to be that far ahead, is it? The
I don't
next,
know. I don't know what it's going to be, but it
yeah,
needs to be something special to make me want to spend money on it because I already
sure,
own a One X and the PS4 Pro. I don't. It needs to be big
yeah.
for me to spend the money.
I I get it that the next step needs to be fucking huge. But the problem is that this isn't like
I've also
the
just had an advert for an 8K TV appear on my Facebook feed, so
yeah.
something needs to happen to make me want to go and buy that 8K TV.
Well, that's the thing is that 4K is only just really coming around into the current crop of houses.
Yeah,
People are only really just coming around to buying 4K stuff. I've only just bought my second 4K TV. It's it's definitely a weird thing to think of for okay, so the Xbox original plus the Xbox One original copy console Betamax to the X with the enhanced games of
yeah,
the fact that you just paid for your texture packs. The next generation of consoles, the technology isn't that far ahead of what's currently available, especially in terms of displays.
yeah.
So the next generation of consoles are what going to have what built-in 2 terabyte M2 cards
Don't know.
or whatever the SSD um, PCI
Yeah,
memory cards, or they'll have two drives inside them. So it'll be a 500 gig PCI card with the OS on it,
yeah,
and also some apps and games and stuff you can put to that for like quick usage, plus a second internal drive of 2 terabytes for just storage
yeah,
space, and it just transfers the stuff around as and when you need it
yeah. See,
internally.
yeah,
But what the it's not like network tech's changed that much since the current round. Wi-Fi hasn't gone up again. There isn't a whole new breed of category in terms of Ethernet. Like graphics capabilities are still currently sitting at 4K at
yeah,
60 FPS,
yeah.
and what the RAM inside them is still almost more than enough to cover what it is that's going on.
But you're basically making my point for me, though. What would be the point in a new console in 2020? What are they going to put in that console in 2020 to make me want to go out and buy it?
Nothing. That's why I'm still at a loss as to why people are begging for that new generation. I
Because
get it in terms, okay, for Sony, their next console should be the PlayStation Pro Plus. Yeah, I
yeah,
said that with the full 4K experience in this console. We don't need a PlayStation 5.
no,
The PlayStation 4 Pro isn't dying like the PlayStation 3 was. The Xbox One original Xbox One isn't dying like the 360 was, even with all of its half upgrades. It's not like the 360 when you got the Slim and the Elite, where the only real difference was changing the size of the hard drive, the size of the console unit itself.
yeah,
Again, the same with the PlayStation. It wasn't like the PlayStation was just getting the smaller and smaller. We've got we've reached the pinnacle of what these consoles are capable of putting out, but it's not like what's coming is that much bigger or better. We're already hitting the limit on what's available. It's to keep and to improve isn't cost effective.
no,
You change the internal hard drive because it's the only thing really that you can upgrade, and suddenly you've gone from a 1 terabyte hard drive to a 500 gig SSD, and suddenly you're spending an extra £300 on your console to build it,
yeah,
which you then need to put the cost onto the customers,
yep,
who are then looking at it going, why would I buy for a smaller hard drive that's exactly the same?
yep. But this
Because
is
it's
the
not.
thing. So the what do they call it? Is it Scarlet?
Yeah,
Code name for the new one? It's the rumor is it's going to be out in 2020, which means we need to be seeing an announcement probably E3 next year.
yeah.
What the fuck are they going to show me in or June next year that's going to make me go out the year after and go, I must spend 600 quid on another fucking console?
But that
What's
brings
going to make me risk divorce?
no if Project Scarlet is 2020, which the rumors seem to be coming out,
Yeah.
then why are Sony not going to E3 next year?
Well, there is that. See, I would say because their PlayStation experience is usually now.
Well, PlayStation Experience is not coming this year,
No,
for
it's
one.
not. But it's what I mean. So PlayStation experience is usually now. So that's been cancelled this year. Uh, I would say probably based on the clusterfuck that was their E3 presentation, and they've got nothing new to show.
No.
So
Well,
we're done with
their
Spider-Man.
E3 this year was fucking awful.
Yeah, but we're done with Spider-Man. We're done with God of War. There's going to be no Last of Us 2. Last of Us 2 doesn't happen until whatever their new console is, guaranteed. I shouldn't guarantee that really, but that's why I don't reckon we see Last
Okay,
of Us 2 until the
let's
new
say
console.
Last of Us 2 comes out, and then we'll get the announcement for the next generation of consoles, because Last of Us 2 will be what The Last of Us 1 was,
Yeah,
the end of an era.
yeah,
A great end to the era it
yeah,
was, but it was an end to an era.
yeah,
And a lot of people only picked up PlayStation 3s right at the end of their fucking lifespan just to play The Last of Us.
yeah,
And it was fucking hilarious that Sony just suddenly earned a fortune. And I'll say it. That's probably the reason to why they've kind of won the console generation. If you can win video gaming,
yeah. So the Sony.
people moved to PlayStation 4 because The Last of Us was amazing on 3,
Well, yes,
and they just carried on with the franchise.
Sony upped their game in a big way. I think a lot of things worked well for Sony. So Sony upped their game in a big way in the last 2 years of the PS3. So you had
Yeah,
Uncharted 2, 3, and The Last of Us.
yep,
That's just from Naughty Dog, And then you rolled into the PS4 after the Xbox had royally fucked their message.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to go anywhere near an Xbox at the time.
Oh yeah, Xbox was fucking their message was just,
They,
this is what we think you want,
yeah,
and by the way, you're wrong if you want something else.
they fucked it completely, and then when they realised they fucked it, they didn't stick to their guns and they just rolled over instead of going, no, this is what we're going to do. Because people would have fucking gotten over it.
Yeah,
I bitched and moaned when they announced it as well. I'd have gotten over it and fucking dealt with it. But, such is life. And then
yeah,
then the PS4 came out, and the PS4 came out with a couple of gorgeous exclusives. Whether or not they played well, yeah, that's dependent on your taste. But then obviously you got things like Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy, both of which killed with the critics.
yep,
And they've just had this never-ending slew of great exclusives ever since. Only one or two a year, but that's all you need.
yeah. Exclusive sell consoles.
Yeah, you need one or two great exclusives a year, and Sony haven't been resting on their laurels like Xbox have. So Xbox has had Gears 4, which is great. I loved Gears 4, but Gears 4 is not the reason I bought my Xbox.
No, Gears 4 is not a reason to buy an Xbox. Gears 4 is just more continuation of the story of the
Yeah.
Gears franchise, which probably should have ended at 3.
Now, God of War, Spider-Man, arguably, Uncharted 4, Infamous Second Son even. I fucking loved Infamous Second Son. All of those are reasons to buy a console. And fucking Horizon.
Yeah,
Horizon, and I'm going to talk a bit more about Horizon later on, but Horizon is one of the most beautiful games I've ever played. And then that was the excuse to upgrade to a PS4 Pro,
yep.
was to play Horizon again in gorgeous 4K or gorgeous HDR. But, Sony aren't fucking around with their new machines or their exclusive games. Sorry, and I think this is why we're not getting a PlayStation experience. They've got nothing to talk about.
No, they've got nothing to go for because everything's now here.
The only thing they've got left
They
is
can't
Days Gone,
announce. Yeah,
and that's just been delayed.
again.
Yeah. So there's no point in doing a PlayStation experience. Why they're not going to E3, I do not know.
Yeah, E3 is a funny one because E3 is usually quite good for them because it's not just about their exclusives, it's them showing off their hidden partnerships with, say, Activision. the Call of Duty game that's coming out that year, where they do the world's first announcement for games, third-party games as well.
Yep.
Because let's face it, some of those third-party games and some of those companies that they partner themselves with aren't necessarily big enough to have their own show. But two, those companies want to have an opportunity to put their message out twice.
Yeah.
So Activision have their own fucking thing. Ubisoft have their own fucking thing. Doesn't stop them from going on with the Xbox show and the PlayStation show.
No.
It's like when Watch Dogs came out, that got 3 fucking videos. They weren't very different,
No.
but Watch Dogs marketing was phenomenal.
Yeah.
The game was not,
No.
but the marketing was phenomenal.
Yeah.
The marketing was the reason to why Watch Dogs was successful. And at the same time, Watch Dogs 1 was the reason to why Watch Dogs 2 wasn't successful.
Yeah. See, I would put money on us getting maybe something at Paris Games Week, maybe something at Tokyo Game Show from Sony. But actually, I would put big money on them doing a big PlayStation experience this time next year, and them showing off, let's call it the PlayStation 5. It's probably what it's going to be called.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
they're going to release the PlayStation 1 because
Yeah.
they never really released the PlayStation 1.
No. Yeah, they're going to release. They'll announce the PlayStation 5, and with it, Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us 2,
Yep.
and I know I'm the only person that wants this, but another fucking Killzone game.
You can't have not have
Can't have a
Killzone.
fucking Sony machine and not have a Killzone game. Every Sony machine has had a Killzone game on it, and we need more, except the PlayStation 1. Kind of fell over quickly.
Yeah. But they had one on Vita.
Yeah, the Vita had one. The
PSP.
PSP, thank you. The PSP had one.
Isn't there a Killzone VR?
No, there's
Is
not.
there not? Is there
No.
not Killzone VR? Did they not make a VR thing on Killzone? That's sad.
No. That'd make me
Surprised there
sad.
wasn't. I'm surprised there isn't like the shitty little fucking Killzone minigame.
Well, the guys that made Killzone Mercenary, so Guerrilla Cambridge, went on to make Riggs, and then they closed down because
Oh.
Riggs was fucking terrible and didn't sell
Yeah.
anything. And Sony are ruthless with their
Yeah.
studios. But yeah, I'd like another Killzone. I don't think it will happen, but I need to add to my Platinum collection. But yeah, apart from that, yeah, there's Sony don't need to go to E3. I would like them to, but also, if we do decide to do E3 coverage again like we have done the last 2 years, it'd be nice not to have to stay up until 4 o'clock in the morning watching shows. Or at least only have to do it for Bethesda.
It would be nice. Maybe Bethesda should not go as well. Maybe they should just cancel E3 and have their own conference with blackjack and hookers.
Yeah,
Only forget the blackjack and the conference.
exactly. That's how it should be. Yeah, I would like to see Sony at E3. It's weird that they've confirmed this early that they're not going.
Well, I suppose it's better than, a week before the show and then people going, so what is Sony showing off? We've heard nothing out of Sony. They're playing everything really close to the chest. And then it turns out they're not actually there and didn't tell anyone.
Yeah, the only thing is, are they doing like EA, who don't go to E3 anymore, but they do have their own EA Play thing the day before E3 starts?
Or Nintendo haven't been to E3 in fucking how long?
Yeah.
And they still have their little tree house.
Yep. So maybe E3 is dying.
I think maybe since they changed it from being a press event to opening it up, it has kind of fallen apart a little bit.
Yeah. EGX is probably the more fun place to go, even though I haven't been to EGX in a year.
No, Res counts.
Yeah.
Res was fun.
Res was alright. Going to Res again
But
next year.
Yeah. Again, it's more fun with people.
Yeah. The thing with EGX, the problem with EGX September is it falls at the end of a busy couple of fucking months for me.
And we don't know where it is this year.
Well,
next
no,
year.
they haven't announced where it is, which is weird. They haven't announced dates or location for it, which is really bizarre.
Maybe they're not putting anything out until they find out about PlayStation not being at E3.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, because I would like to go to EGX this year or next year, I suppose, but that will only happen if I don't go to both of my Fright Fest events. And I don't. The only reason I won't go to Glasgow is if a certain film I'm waiting for isn't going there. If one film is going to Glasgow, I will be going to Glasgow and foregoing EGX again next year because I can't afford to do all three events. And I'm not going to August Bank Holiday Fright Fest. It's my little holiday.
Yeah.
Are we all done with the news?
I think the news is over. So I'm actually just flicking on. I'm on the EGX Twitter feed, seeing if they've actually got anything. And so all they've got for 2019 is Rezzed.
Yeah, I looked the other day. Maybe they're just going to be in Berlin permanently.
Yeah. But there's no. They don't. Do they even have a 2019 Berlin stuff?
Don't know. But to be fair, it will probably be cheaper to get to Berlin and stay in a hotel in Berlin than it would be to stay in that hotel in Birmingham again.
Or London.
Or London.
Well, actually, no. London hotels are actually surprisingly cheap because there's so many of them.
Oh yeah.
It's not like Birmingham where you have to stay at the one Premier Inn that's round the corner.
Yeah. I mean, that Premier Inn is lovely, but fuck me, was it expensive?
Yeah, it's not worth 5 times the cost of the fucking weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, the breakfast was nice, and so was the service, but it wasn't that nice.
No.
And we did upset a lot of people when you shouted "fuck me" at a random woman.
What?
Who was dressed as?
You make it sound so rapey. That's not. You gotta have some fucking context, man. Jesus Christ.
So the woman dressed up as a character from Detroit turned, frightened the life out of you. You shouted "fuck me," and then. And then you upset the woman sat behind you in the restaurant because you said she didn't say no.
Well, she didn't.
You're not wrong. And that was quite hilarious to see that woman's reaction. She was not happy.
No.
I don't think I saw her again the rest of the weekend.
No, me neither. That's okay. Didn't want to talk to her anyway.
No, she quit life.
Yeah.
She's just logged out.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell.
So, Brooks, you've played more than I have, because the one game that I really wanted to get around to playing and playing with you took so long for me to install because fuck that game.
Oh, Jesus.
That you'd gotten bored and stopped playing it, and now I've got 50 gigs worth of games sitting on my hard drive, all downloaded off the internet because only 400 megs came off the fucking disc.
Yeah. What
would have happened if I didn't have? I suppose it's an online only game, isn't it?
Only. So Fallout 76, for those who hadn't guessed what we were talking about.
Yeah.
We got sent a fucking press copy from Bethesda, which is awesome.
It is great.
But the thing was, I didn't want to play it. I had no fucking intention of playing this thing. And by the time I told you about it, you're like, I'm getting a copy from Boomerang. I was like, there's no point in giving you this copy because you're about to get it. Let's play together online. And then I started the install. And then I had a 50 fucking gig download, which took 4.5 hours.
Well, that's the thing. You got the press copy, before launch, because it's a press copy.
No, to be fair, I got it on launch day.
Okay, so you got it on launch day.
Yeah, Bethesda don't give out early review copies anymore, and they haven't done since Doom.
Yeah, okay, so you got it on launch day.
Yeah.
So you got to put it in your disk tray and get your download sorted on launch day. I got mine the day after launch day because I forgot that I even put it onto my list from Boomerang, if I'm honest. It wasn't until I got an email saying that it's on the way. And I was like, oh, cool. That might arrive on launch day. It didn't because the Royal Mail sucks.
Yeah.
But I put it in my disk tray, watch the download, go from 1 megs per second to 60 megs per second to 90 megs per second to 20 to 4 to 6 to 20. It was just all over the fucking place. Yep. And I just looked at it and just went, okay, so I'm not playing this tonight. Did something else.
That was pretty much my experience of it on launch day, to be fair. It wasn't your internet or my internet. It was their fucking servers.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. New solution for people buying games that have incredibly stupid day one patches, or for the worst side of it, a 50 gig install off of the internet instead of being on the fucking disk. Why not
Yeah.
let us install this early?
Yep.
Surely that's the next stage. We should be able to install just go to the fucking game on the store and say, I'd like to install this game, please. I promise I will buy the disc version
Yeah.
on launch day. Please let me install the fucking content
Yeah.
so I can play it on launch day.
But this is the at least Call of Duty done it right. So Call of Duty let game and other retailers sell the game the day before launch, so that you could go to game, pick up your game, stick it in the drive, and get the patch downloaded. Because again, there's like a 48 gig patch. It's essentially the fucking game.
Yeah,
So you need this thing downloaded before you can play it. Call of Duty players don't fuck around. They want to play at midnight.
yeah,
So give them the chance to play at midnight, which Activision, in all fairness to them, did.
yeah,
Was just ridiculous, and to create an online only game or a permanently online game and not have the server capability to keep the game running and download patches for people, it's fucking ludicrous. I've never been so fucking angry watching a download bar for a game I didn't want to play.
yeah. So, okay, which day did the game come out? Was it Tuesday,
Came
wasn't it?
out Tuesday, yeah.
So you had it on a Tuesday.
Yep,
I got it on the Wednesday
yeah,
because you thought, oh yeah, we can play it on the Wednesday when I got home from work. Got home, put the disc in the tray, started the download off. I text you and said, yeah, we're not playing this tonight. We'll play it tomorrow.
yeah.
Roll on Thursday. I go fire up my Xbox. The download hasn't completed. Do you know why? Because my Xbox had to do an update overnight because of the auto install stuff,
Yeah.
which meant that it stopped all downloads.
Excellent.
So therefore, I couldn't play on the Thursday. Friday rolls around. Game's finally installed. Do you know what happened?
Go on then.
Well, you were done.
Yep.
That's how long it took for you to be finished. So I looked at it and just went, oh, well, it's a fucking Bethesda game. It's a Fallout game as well. I'm not interested in playing this on my own.
I'll be honest, if I'm going to get you playing a Bethesda game, I don't particularly want it to be Fallout 76.
No.
I'd prefer it was Doom.
Well, mate, think about it this way, okay? Your disc trailers Xbox is coming. I have a copy of Doom. I
Yeah.
might as well walk to a fucking game store and get
Yep.
and get a digital license code for it.
Yep. Do it. Absolutely do it. Yeah, So, I'll be honest, and I will say this up front. I only put this fucking game in because we got this copy, and I thought maybe if I like it and play it, I can review it a bit, and maybe we'll get review code for games I want to play, like
More Doom.
Doom Eternal, or games like
Double,
that,
Doom Eternal 2.
or whatever the
Double
next Dishonored game is, or the next Prey game, or something that I'm interested in from Bethesda, and I know full well that for the most part I get to bogart the Bethesda stuff because you won't touch anything that they make.
Yeah.
So I'm quite happy to go. I'll sell my soul a little bit, and I'll sacrifice my Red Dead time. I'll play some Fallout 76. Yeah, this game was fucking terrible on multiple levels, and I'll just give you the two biggest ones. One, this is an online only game that doesn't have the capability to keep you online.
Okay.
I kept playing the fucking game and the thing would freeze for a good minute and then disconnect me. Now, it ain't my fucking internet causing that, because millions of other people are having that problem as well. Maybe not millions, 12. But lots of other people are reporting.
All of the other people playing it.
Everybody else is reporting this problem. Long freezes and disconnects.
It can't be your
Constantly.
internet. How often do you play games online? It's
Yeah.
like you've managed to last full games of Blackout, full
I know.
games of PUBG, full games of Fortnite.
That's what I mean.
You've probably played entire online versions of everything. You've played Destiny. That's an all-online game.
Well, the next
That's
game
an
I talk
all-online
about.
game that actually has content that's on the disc that
Yeah.
you can install.
So, it's not my internet. It's definitely the game. And then when I am online, oh, and when you disconnect as well, I still haven't managed to figure out how the saving works in this game. So I'd lose massive chunks of my game. I'd have to redo massive chunks of game because I had no fucking idea where I was or what I was doing, and neither did the game. Excuse me. Yeah. And then when you are online, it's got. So we spoke about this a bit when they announced it as well. So they've got the whole always online, always playing with other people thing, and I was like, oh, that's not going to be good.
No.
That's going to be fucking shit. And then when you play, the first time you come across another player, it says you are in pacifist mode. So all right, what does this mean? And I probably get the details wrong, but I think the way I understood it is you will play online with other people, but you can attack them, but you won't hurt them, and vice versa. So basically, you can't do anything to other people in the world. You can still be killed and hurt by animals and monsters in the world, but the other players in your persistent world can't kill you.
Yeah.
Which,
It's a staple of all MMOs is
yeah,
that okay, yeah, you're in an area where you are the level 5 and below guy because you've just fired up the game for the first time because it's
yeah,
free to play or something this weekend. And here is level 120 guy with all possible ways of killing you in every way.
yeah,
He is going to fuck you up
yeah,
and you will not be able to stop him. However, we will fix that because we will make it so that no one can hurt you and you can't hurt anyone else
yeah.
apart from the real world because we're nice like that.
So I can't kill people and people can't kill me. But what they can do is gather around me in groups of 3 and just stop me from going anywhere.
Yeah.
Literally just gather around me like kids in a playground fight, just walking into me and not letting me move. Now I've got several problems with this, but the biggest one is, why in the fuck would some cunt spend 70 quid to play a game just to stop me from fucking playing it? Why would 3 of them fucking do it? What is wrong with gamers?
So that's something that I've seen as far back as Left 4 Dead 1, where people would like group together in groups of 3 and they would just as a 3 at the very start, so before the zombies actually around,
Yeah,
would just group together and put in a corner the 4th person and just leave and just keep them there so they can't move. So, and then the people playing on the zombies team also can't do anything because they're in like safe zone still.
yeah.
So it's literally just 3 people fucking with the rest of the people until
Why?
everyone fucking quits.
Why? Where's the
Because
enjoyment in that?
there isn't any, apart from the fact that it's just 3 people who are just laughing at the fact that everyone else is not able to do anything.
I,
And they're just
I don't get
ruining
it.
other people's experience is fun for some people.
These people sit in the same group of people for me who spend money to come to the cinema and then sit there talking the entire time, not watching the film and fucking it up for everybody else there.
Or sitting there on their phone.
Or sitting on their phone. Cunts. I don't fucking understand it. I don't get it. These people should be executed. I hate them.
It's the people that turn up. They pay good money, so they're possibly not even unlimited customers on this one, or limitless for the fact that we're a little bit of parity on it.
Yeah.
So they've paid to watch midnight screening of latest film that's come out because they want to be one of the first people to watch it. But they'll be on their phone.
Yep.
They'll have their phone on in front of them. The little glow Facebook feed where they will say, "Sitting here watching X film. It's shit. I barely understand what's going on."
It's because you're not watching the film. Cunt hole.
No, you're sitting there on your Facebook feed. You're doing a Facebook Live of your face watching the screen, but you're not actually watching the screen. You're too busy looking at the camera to make sure it has your good side, and all of the people angry around you aren't swinging bats at your face.
Mate, I don't understand. I can't. I'm sitting there, and there's no mic. These people aren't talking to me. They're not yelling at me. They're not, yelling obscenities about my mum, and throwing racial slurs at me because they don't even know what colour I am, but they're just standing around me, just jumping. The game's been out a day. Haven't you got better things to do? If you don't want to play the game, go play something else. I don't understand the collective thought process that goes into three people spending between £50 and £80 on a game and then deciding what will be fun is if we just stop other people from playing.
Yeah.
And I don't, and I do understand Bethesda's logic behind this, because Bethesda, as much as I will sing their praises 95% of the time, they just want to get in on this fucking live services bandwagon that pisses me off. Because there's fucking in-game currencies, there's there's currency you can buy in the store, there's a fucking... Bethesda are split into two phases here. Bethesda Game Studios games suck.
Always have done, always will do.
I cannot, and I don't know why. I genuinely hoped that maybe I'd put this game on and it would change my mind about Fallout forever. No. Fallout sucks. Fallout players suck. Fuck Fallout and everything that looks like Fallout. I was so angry. And the second time, the day after I went back to it, the same shit happened. Oh no. Now it's going, you need to get over to, I don't know, the airport. Okay, where's the airport? Oh, it's there. Cool. Right. So off I go on a 20-minute walk. I'm like, well, I could have been playing RDR. It's exactly the same. Except it's prettier. Considering how big this fucking download was, Fallout 76 needed to look better than it does. Take my nice long walk, get killed by a giant monster. Whoop-de-doo. Spawn in. Your stuff is back where you died. What? What do you mean my stuff is back where I died? What is this, Dark Souls? No. So I then had to trek back to where I was killed, hoping I wouldn't be killed again, because I now have no weapons, because they're all where I died.
You hope that you don't get killed by the thing that just killed you in the exact location, because it's still probably standing there by your stuff, because that's where it killed you.
I go and get my stuff and continue my walk. Get griefed for 10 minutes, die again. Your stuff is here. Fuck you. Uninstalled. Done. Go get your shit. No. No, this is not how these games are. I don't want to play games like that. This is not a good mechanic. Let me play my game. Don't make me spend 20 minutes going through tutorials and instructions on how to make a gun, only for me to drop the gun and have to go and get it when I die. Mate, if I never see another Fallout game in my life, I will be so happy. But I sat there and I went, a bit like the thing with Red Dead, when I'm going, I don't need to ever play a Rockstar game ever again, and I don't even need to think about it. I don't need to get excited or even remotely interested about any Fallout announcement from here until I die, because no. Just awful. Absolutely fucking terrible. And persistent online sucks. Forcing me to be online with your shit servers sucks even more. Fucking Fallout cunts.
Awesome.
What have you been playing, mate?
So I very, very recently, as in the last 24 hours of us recording this, played Battlefield 5 because it's, well, out now.
Yeah, I've got my 10-hour download installed, and I've got the disc on its way from Boomerang. Bless them, I've had some issues with Boomerang last week and a half. A fucking game disappeared. Fuck you, Royal Mail. A game disappeared, and I had to kind of fight to get the form for it to get it replaced. And I was like, by this point, I'm going, right, I don't want this. This game would have been played for 20 minutes and sent back, and now I want other games. So will you just fucking hurry up and send me the form? So yeah, bless them. They sent me. I got the email today that Battlefield 5's on the way.
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's... Yes.
Is it just Battlefield?
It's Battlefield 1 with World War II guns.
Cool.
Which in turn is just, well, Battlefield 2.
Yeah.
So we've got, okay, Battlefield 5, it starts off the similar sort of way that Battlefield 1 did, where you get to grips with the controls of the different things you get to play with. So tanks, aeroplanes, light infantry, a couple of other things. So you're just going around. Sniper rifles is another one
Yeah.
where it's again Battlefield 1 style. Your objective is not to survive.
Okay.
So you're starting off, you do a little bit of a mission where it's just showing you the ropes a little bit of some of the areas and yeah, like I said, some of the locations, and you die. So then you do the next bit again, new location, new bit of little interesting story of how World War Two was going on, saying what showing off World War Two wasn't fun. It wasn't what that we've previously shown you World War Two was like. World War Two was not a good time for the world, and you die. And then you get your next bit again. World War Two was not fun. Here is a tank, and you die. Here's an aeroplane. It's not fun. You died.
Nice.
It's real, and
I like that.
it
I don't
feels
like war. I
no,
I like that they've got that harrowing feel to it, because the opening
yeah,
for Battlefield 1 had the same, didn't it? The opening for
yeah,
Battlefield 1 was just, you felt so helpless even when you thought you were going to win. No, you had no fucking chance. You were going to die.
yeah. And that's the kind of the whole point, the very end of the Battlefield Five's prologue objectives
Yeah.
is you with your gun shooting down a load of soldiers as they come running at you, getting shot, going down, pulling out your pistol. There's a group of people coming towards you. You can kill all of them with your pistol, and then you get shot anyway.
Nice.
There we go.
Excellent.
And then you move into the actual game, and it's typical Battlefield Online multiplayer, where everyone's playing Rush, Conquest, or War. That's what was it? War something.
Is it
I'm
War
trying to remember what
Stories?
no, it's the multiplayer War something.
War
War.
War Journal? War Diaries? War something? Because it was
Yeah,
basically like a almost an online campaign, wasn't it?
yeah. So it's a bit of an online campaign where it's you like Grand Operations was, where it's
Yeah.
a bit of everything. So it's essentially it's a 3 round experience. It's always 3 rounds. Even if you lose two, it still gives you the third one.
Yeah.
So it's you versus the other team, Allies versus Axis, typical World War Two. But it's 3 locations.
Okay.
So you'll go in, and your first location might be Paris.
Yeah.
Second location, Holland. Third location could be North Africa, I think is one of the other ones. And it's works really, really well because the maps are different and fun and interesting. And for the added realism of it is that your weapons are very much clunky and
Yeah.
difficult to use in every kind of way. And you could be pointing a sniper rifle directly in the face of someone, pull the trigger, and you get that lovely bullet drop that Battlefield's famous for.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. But your sniper rifle scope's dirty
Yeah.
and very, very unclear. And it's great. And I absolutely adore what I've played of it so far. What I don't adore is the fact that the level cap is currently 50.
Okay.
The game came out, well, yesterday, pretty much. It's right,
Yeah.
officially.
It had this dual release date thing, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are level 50. I played against a clan of level 50s. I'm pretty sure. I think they were like no pro and
Yeah.
then space a word. Typical. There was 5 of them, all of them level 50, all of them top of the opposing team
Yeah.
for all of the rounds that we were up against them.
See, that's a
Because there
group.
was
That's a group of people who have bought the game on early release day,
yeah,
and
they've been playing it since Xbox One EA Access 10 hour early.
yeah,
Played the full 10 hours of multiplayer, doing nothing but cheesing the shit out of everyone.
yeah. But it was
Finding
available Friday.
yeah,
I can't remember. Yes, it came out. It came out Friday if you had early access. If you bought an early access version, so the deluxe
yeah,
edition came with early access, so you'd get the disc 4 days early. So you get to play it yesterday, when it came out, when it officially came out. But you're playing
Yeah,
against people who have been playing it all weekend solidly.
yeah. So they've hit max level cap, whatever,
Yeah,
that's currently at 50, which will probably get set to, I don't know, unlimited, just because people will complain saying that, oh, I've been at 50 for fucking ages. It's like, well, maybe if you didn't fucking do nothing but play the game for
yeah,
straight 60 plus hours, you wouldn't be at the level cap.
yeah,
Set an unlimited level cap. It's all superficial. You don't need Battlefield 1, I'm pretty sure, has an unlimited level cap now.
yeah. It
All they've
does.
done is they've just made it so that you need to get twice the XP you did for the previous level.
Yeah,
So at some point, you probably will see someone with a level of 1,000.
yeah,
But the fact is that it took them, I don't know, 100,000 times longer than it did to get from level 100 to 101.
yeah, yeah. It's yeah. Battlefield Online's a different beast now.
Battlefield Online is not really for me on the long term. So I'm in like the few hours that I played it yesterday, while I
Yeah,
didn't have anything else to do. I think I got to level 5.
yeah,
So I'm sitting there as a level 5 on Battlefield 5. Probably will take another week or two before I fire it up a second time to play it because
yeah.
I've just way too much other stuff.
Well, when I get my disc version through, I wouldn't mind playing a bit online with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you some. I'll play with you a little bit.
Yeah, why not? Be a
But
laugh.
fuck it, let's make more promises of how we're going to play games together.
And then yeah, and then something fucks it over.
Yeah, like having to download a 50 gig patch for a
Yeah.
game neither of us really want to play. Well, to be fair, Fallout 76 was the only reason I was minorly interested in, was because despite the fact that it's a Fallout Bethesda game and I've got no interest in it, it was the fact that it was online, so I could have possibly have played with friends who like Fallout games. You know
Yeah.
what those friends that play Fallout games did? Didn't get Fallout 76.
No, I don't think Fallout 76 is going to do as well as Bethesda are hoping. I'm not seeing an awful lot of love for it
You
online.
know what the best part is? Is that I'm actually seeing a lot of people putting memes for Fallout 76 that usually just involve into it's not Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, yeah. That's.
It,
I think from a visual perspective, I think Fallout 76 is hurt a lot by Red Dead because Fallout 76 is also a massive open world,
yep.
but it doesn't look half as good as Red Dead does.
No, it doesn't.
Uh,
Actually, I think it's quite funny how Bethesda picked a fight with Rockstar and have lost hilariously
yeah,
about it.
yeah,
Like, but I don't understand why anyone would pick a fight with Rockstar on this. Look at the rest of the games that have come out around Red Dead Redemption. Call of Duty realized we're not picking a fight with Rockstar and released the game a month earlier than they normally would.
yeah.
Battlefield's come out how many weeks after
Well, yeah,
Red
so,
Dead?
so Battlefield came out a week later than Fallout, and yeah, I don't even know how well Battlefield's going to do. I'd be interested to see how well it does. I hope it does well, kind of. I like
Yeah,
Battlefield, but I'm I know I'm in the minority, but I liked the modern combat Battlefields. I
yeah.
want more of those.
I miss modern combat. Call of Duty Black Ops is quite nice. The fact that it is got a bit of a modern combat feel to it.
Yeah,
Problem is, there's no story in it.
nah.
I love the Call of Duty stories.
Yeah, see, the Call of Duty and Battlefield stories as well. They're my games for just burning a few hours and shit story. It's no different to watching, Lone
Any World War,
Survivor.
any World War film.
Yeah, I don't do it for I don't do it for the fucking award-winning story. I do it for the fun of it. And yeah,
If you've got 8 hours to burn, it's a good way to do it. If you've got 8 hours to burn, fire up Red Dead Redemption, and you've just gone from one city to the other.
take me 8 hours to get from camp to the first town.
It'll take you 8 hours to get from your starting point in the camp to your horse.
Yeah, let me run in the camp.
No,
Seriously, the camp
no.
is massive, and I need to get all the way across it so I can get my next mission. It took me 10 minutes to walk across the camp after saddling my horse, and I can't ride my horse through because I get fucking told off.
Yep.
You can't ride your horse in camp. Fuck you!
You know what else you need to do in your camp? You need to donate. Even
Yep.
though you've just paid for everything. Everything has been bought.
I've
There's no
upgraded the
reason.
entire fucking camp and I'm getting bitch stacks. I'm not giving them any money. And I open it up and one cunt gave a 2 cent thing that he found on the floor. Get the fuck out of here with this shit.
It's like, oh, Arthur, you've not donated in a while. That's because everything's upgraded. There's nothing more for me to buy. Everything is full. The inventory of the food rations is full. The armory's full. Everything is full. There is no reason to put money into the camp. Go
No.
look at the ledger. Someone has donated a pelt from a squirrel.
Yep. Oh, and
And
why the fuck are there poor quality pelts? Utter fucking bullshit. There is no point to it at all. Just let me hunt and kill things and sell things. Don't make me hunt around for a good pelt.
so,
Not when these cunts take long enough to fucking get a good shot on anyway. Fucking Red Dead.
wait till you get to my point where it's you have to collect perfect quality pelts of animals you almost never see. So I think one of the challenges that I was looking at doing involved getting no, wait, there's actually the challenge that I'm currently working on Red Dead is to kill a possum that's playing possum.
I like it.
I've seen one possum in the entirety of me playing it, and it was in the area of the map that you can't access when you're still in the story because it's west of Blackwater.
Oh, fuck's sake.
That's the only time I've seen a possum this entire time.
Yeah.
So it's another one of those challenges that you can't do until you're in the post game.
Fair enough. I shall not bother.
But it's all right because the next challenge for that same tree is to kill and skin the legendary panther.
Okay.
So then the legendary panther is just to the west of Saint Denis, and it's currently unconfirmed, and this is something that Lee will be amused by when I say it, is that panthers don't show up in the game at all until the legendary panther is unlocked.
Oh, good.
Because
Excellent.
panthers don't show up in the areas where they're supposed to show up unless you've got the legendary panther unlocked. But you can still find cougars.
No, I can't. Because I'm not going looking.
Cougars are fucking bastards.
'Cause I don't have it in me.
Do you remember cougars from Red Dead 1 where you
I
just
do.
be casually walking along and all you hear is just meow
Yeah.
and then death?
And then just fucked in the ass by a
Yeah.
giant cat. Yeah, I remember.
It's like that, except they don't, meow at you first.
Oh, good. Stealth cougars.
Like worse than stealth bears
Yes, they are.
or
Fuck.
cabin bears. Cabin bears are the new fear. Seriously, it's not just that one cabin either. There are others.
Who's fucking hiding bears in cabins?
I don't know. There are so many times when it's fucking terrifying. It's so.
Is this something I can do in the real world? Can I just randomly hide bears in things?
Yes, there's a random stranger quest where there's a guy who wants you to help him with some hunting, and he's hunting like a goat, and you're just casually going along. You're following the hunt. You find some feces of a goat. You find some broken twigs of a goat. You find some broken grass. You're casually walking along trying to find this goat, and you come up to a rock, and a grizzly bear comes out of it.
Awesome. Is it his grizzly bear?
It's scripted, so that's what happens. He's telling you to find a goat, but the reason you can't find the goat, it was killed by a legendary grizzly bear.
Okay.
And the grizzly bear fucks you up.
Can we just take a second to realise how shit a hunter you must be if you're asking for help to find a goat? They're goats, man. They don't run away. They come to see you.
Well, yeah.
They come to you to talk to you. You don't have to hunt them.
He was hunting to find his goat, which was killed by a grizzly bear, and he didn't realise it until the grizzly bear came out of the fucking nowhere and took you and just like attacked you. So grizzly bear behind a rock that is probably smaller than a grizzly bear, but you don't see it until you get close to the rock and the grizzly bear comes out of fucking nowhere.
Awesome. And then goes all revenant on you.
Yeah, the cabin bear, which only attacks you once you open the front door of the fucking cabin.
I like the idea of hiding bears in things.
And another one where I was just around the north part of the map and I pulled up the map and I saw there was an icon for a building. So I went up to that part of the map, saw a dead body in the floor, and was like, oh, cool. Okay, what's over here? And there's another dead body and some guns around. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So they shot each other. Go looking at the cabin and bear.
Nice.
They were killed by the bear.
Well
The
done, Red
bear
Dead
just
Redemption.
the bear just stealth bears. A new way of stealth bears.
I like the idea of the headline. Cornwall Haven Caravan Park closed after bear found in caravan.
It's just bears. Everywhere bears.
Yeah. Local pub shut after bear found in toilet. Shit, yeah, son. I'm gonna start hiding bears in places.
The bears on Red Dead are pretty hilarious because the grizzly bears are fucking violent as fuck.
They're brutal.
They are.
That thing that gets you in the early mission, man. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it gets you in the early mission. The only solution is to just keep spamming B until hopefully you pull out a knife and stab him, and then you get your gun. And hope to fuck that the gun you picked up isn't one of the single shot rifles that you need to reload every time you pull the trigger.
Yeah.
I've had that problem.
Can you take a Gatling
Literally.
gun with you?
No, unfortunately not. I literally was getting shanked the bear a couple of times after it pawed the shit out of me. And then my Springfield is the gun that he picks up, and I'm like, great. So I can pull the trigger once, and then wait, and then pull the trigger a second time and hope that the second shot kills him.
Nice. Now I'm fucked. I like
Yeah.
it.
But the black bears are fucking pussies.
Okay.
So they show up as predators on the map, and your horse reacts like they're predators. Same with snakes, where
Yeah.
you'll be riding along, and all of a sudden your horse will just go fucking mental and just start running into a tree that's on the other side of the road because a black bear happens to be there. But you know what the black bear does?
Go on, then.
Legs it.
Fair enough.
Fucking legs it. Like, proper runs away faster than your horse can. And it's like, come back. I want your skin.
Nice.
And then your horse gets fucking wimps out because the black bear's nearby. And it's like, but it's running away from you, horse. It's more scared of you than you are of it. This is the worst case of human spider scenario.
Awesome. Did you play anything else then?
I did, and I quite like the fact that I played a game that was entirely the reason to why I bought the sequel. It also came out very recently. And not only did I play the game and really enjoy it, but me talking about it got you to play it too.
Yeah.
It was a 2016's Hitman.
Yeah, man. That was the reason I was almost late for the podcast.
Yeah, you know what? I'm loving it just because it's fucking hard.
Oh, it's insane. Like,
Yeah.
especially if you start rolling some of the challenges into it.
Oh yeah. So like the prologue missions, the first one you do, it's like I went in and I did all the challenges. I was like, yeah, this is fucking piss easy. It's like, okay, it's taken me a couple of attempts to do some of the challenges, but just because I'm an idiot and did some really fucking stupid things, like throwing a mine down inside the room that he was going to get blown up in
Yeah.
before he got in there. But there's the other side of it, which is that after that, the game's fucking brutal. Proper fucks you over trying to do some stuff.
See, I finished it in 2016 or 2017, whenever the last episode came out. I did finish it. I don't remember most of these episodes though, so I'm playing the campaign through again. Yeah, I have discovered most of I've played the prologue mission and then 3 standard missions. So I've done Paris, Italy, and Marrakesh.
Yeah.
I literally
Oh, I love Marrakesh.
I literally finished Marrakesh at 8 o'clock and then got online to do the podcast because I was like, I'm not going to fucking get off until I've killed this motherfucker. And I kept fucking up getting the masseuse's costume, the disguise.
Yeah.
I kept fucking it up and it was taking me ages. Anyway,
I fucking love Marrakesh. So I first go through and I did the dropping the moose on the guy when you dress as the cameraman.
yeah.
So there's that one. But when I was doing it, I noticed the camera has the option to have a mine placed into it, and I was like, where the fuck am I get a mine from? But after I'd killed him with the moose, and I went to go kill the other guy, I noticed the mines just sort of sitting there around, and I was like, okay, so if I do it this way first,
Yeah.
then I can get the mine from here after killing this guy and go and take the mine to that guy and complete the other challenge. What challenge can I do for this guy first? And I did the bit of digging around, and then I discovered the APC and 50 cal.
Yep.
I have a video of that on my Xbox Live feed just because when I did it and I saw it, just the fact that I was just expecting like one shot, 50 cal, boom, everything's dead in the area. No, no, no. That thing fires like 6 or 7 rounds.
Yep.
Nothing survives that fucking 50 cal.
No.
And I was just sitting there watching, going, all right then, cool. I just walked off.
Yeah. I have found each of the main missions, there is a disguise in each one that basically gives you free reign to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a commander's disguise in Marrakesh, which once I got, I had free reign over everything. So I killed the colonel first and then went into the consulate.
Yeah.
In that uniform, I could walk around. I dismissed all the soldiers from the area that the colonel was hiding in, so there were no soldiers there to keep an eye on me. And I managed to kill the colonel and then just wander off, and then walk into the consulate in the same costume. I wasn't stopped by anybody, and the only thing that caused me an issue was I wanted to do one of the challenges, which was to kill him as the masseuse.
Yeah.
And in Paris, it's the same. So you know the guy with the face paint on that you look like, the model.
Yep.
If you've got his costume on, you can go anywhere. And
Oh
people,
yeah,
people leave you alone.
Trying to think because one of the challenges is to kill someone while you're to kill her
Yeah,
in Paris. If you kill her as him because you get a meeting with her as
yeah,
him. So yeah, but I'm trying to think. There's another set of challenges where you have to do the entire mission dressed up as someone, and I think it's like I think in the Paris one I think there's a vampire or a magician
okay,
character suit that you dressed up as, and there's a challenge that to do the entire mission dressed up as that, but you have to escape through a specific route. You have to kill them in a specific order with specific weapons and
yeah,
not get caught and do all sorts of certain things dressed entirely as this character that you
yeah,
just find the suit of. And I looked into it and I was like, that's really, really, it's fucking hard enough as it is, just killing them dressed as the characters you're supposed to be dressed as,
yeah,
or dressing up as a barman and putting poison in the dude's drink as he goes up to it.
yeah. I was rather pissed at myself when I'd done the Paris mission because I'm only a few points behind you on the leaderboard for that one, and it's because I should have got more, but I put the wrong poison in his drink, and he just died right there in front of me instead of being sick where I could go kill him and hide his body. So
Oh,
I got a noticed kill instead of an unnoticed one.
yeah. Or the second mission, which I really fucking enjoyed the fact that I put down the exploding golf ball as I walked past one time.
Yeah,
No, the first time I did it, I poisoned his food with the expired chili, and he said this is the greatest food I've ever had in my life. And then went and decided to go be sick, and I just pushed him off a cliff.
yep,
And then I did it again because I then got seen doing something else. So I did it a second time, and I garroted him and put him in a cupboard,
yeah,
and that was fine. And then a third time, I did it exact same thing, except I didn't push him off or garrot him, but I did drop the exploding golf ball into his bucket, and I
nice.
went off and did something else instead. And I was just casually just walking around. I saw an opportunity to electrocute the woman
Oh yeah,
up, upstairs after going in and finding I found the safe that had her DNA on it, and I
yeah,
was gonna go talk to her about it as she stepped into the pool that had the power socket in it and died.
awesome.
So I was just about to go do one of the other objectives to get them to meet each other and to kill them both at the same time with something.
Yeah,
I think that one of the objectives was to get them to meet up and then kill them with the cannon. And the way to get them to meet up is to give her the notification from that, and for her to go to talk to him while he's playing golf.
yeah,
But as she electrocuted herself, I was like, oh, okay, there's that one done. Turned around as the dude hit the golf ball that exploded.
excellent.
So I literally spun the camera around and he blew up, and I was like, oh well, that was convenient. and then I had to reload the game, reload the mission rather, because I had no way of knowing how to get to the fucking base
Yeah.
underneath to destroy the fucking virus.
Yeah, that bit was a pain in the ass because it's tough to kind of get around it.
Do you
I
know? Do you know how I did it in the finally when I finally got around to doing it?
Got him.
I went into the church after discovering that you can dress up as a guy from the church by going into one of the other apartments that's
Yeah,
around instead of the chef's one. Went into the church, found out the woman who was working in there killed someone, went into the morgue, killed her, stole her key card, went into the underground section, destroyed the stuff, and then went and got the kills.
yeah, yeah. No, the getting into the lab was fine. I think just moving around was a pain in the ass because there was somebody that could see through my disguise everywhere I
So
went.
it was like everyone can see through your
Yeah,
disguise because it's like a really close-knit group. But
yeah,
after discovering the key card from her and finding the kill switch really fucking early,
yeah,
made that a piece of piss, hit the kill switch, destroy the fucking vial, and then just fuck off and leave and take the elite armor, elite commando suit or
yeah,
something, and just walk around in that because no one
yeah.
cares. Oh, you know what? I killed him by playing the videotape to him, and he dismissed all of his guards
Fair
so
enough.
he could watch his videotape. And I was dressed as the Night Doctor, and I
Yeah,
sliced him up,
nice,
which was another challenge. Killing
lovely.
him as the Night Doctor with one of the old-timey surgical knives.
Yeah,
So I killed him with that, and then hid his body, and then his guards came back and were really concerned and were spending ages looking for him and couldn't find him.
yeah.
Because I ended up back in that room again at some point when I was trying to escape. Because I think I killed her as the golf coach.
Okay.
That's how I got loads of points for that one. Was because I just did that mission over and over, doing all of the challenges
Yeah,
repeatedly. I think isn't that half the objective of that thing is to just keep replaying it, doing the challenges, and just keep replaying it until eventually you find a way of actually finishing it.
yeah. Pretty much.
If you can finish it and do one of the if you can kill both of them undetected first time, you're probably too good at playing the game.
Yeah,
Or you've read a book on how to do it because it's fucking hard.
yeah,
Even if you know exactly what you're doing, the number of times I've reloaded the missions.
yeah.
So
Yeah, there's a lot of
every
save
time
point
I got
abuse on
caught,
that.
yeah.
It has
Oh
to
yeah.
be.
Every time I get noticed or someone gets a bit suspicious or something, I will always reload my mission.
Yeah,
Sometimes after, doesn't matter how far into it, I could have got 2 kills and be on my way to the exit. If I get caught, then I just go, oh fuck it, reload the mission and do it slightly different and see what else I can get.
yeah. Fair enough.
At some point, I'll try and do the dressed as Agent 47.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I remember doing that in Absolution and wanting to fucking hang myself. It was so stressful. So I just want to play it and have fun, and that's what I'm doing at the moment. But yeah,
Well,
I stopped at Marrakesh.
yeah,
I don't remember anything after Marrakesh, so I'm going to enjoy playing them pretty much
yeah,
fresh. So I'm quite. But again, I think I did Marrakesh. Took me an hour and a bit, and I put it on, 7 o'clock or about 6:30, and just played through it. And I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to play each mission, just maybe one a night or one every couple of nights, and just chill out with it. I'm just enjoying playing it. At some point, I'll play Battlefield, and at some point, I'll go back to RDR. But at the moment, I'm just enjoying Hitman.
oh yeah. And I mean, I mentioned this to you at work is that I fired up Hitman on like the Sunday morning, and
Yeah,
I was like, I'll just play the first mission, it'll be all right. And it's like 9 o'clock in the morning. I say I'm gonna just do the first mission, I'm gonna finish it, move on, do the next one. I was thinking if it's an episodic game, it's not gonna take a long time to go through. It was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I realized I'd only just finished the first mission.
yeah.
Time flies playing it.
Oh yeah,
It's fucking hard. It's infuriatingly difficult,
yeah,
but I'm loving every minute.
yeah. I think the Marrakesh one's the only one I haven't got minimum 4 out of 5 on. I don't know how I fucked that up.
I know
I'm
how I fucked up getting not 4 out of 5 on that one. That's by using the 50 cal because you get a lot of non-target kills with that thing.
Yeah. Well, I
You get
didn't.
a lot of kills.
Yeah, I didn't. It wasn't my best run through. By the end, I was kind of rushing a bit, but I'm not that bothered. Yeah, I'll do much better when I carry on and play the other ones. But yeah, it's been literally it's been a joy to play a game that's it's perfectly made. It's always online and doesn't fucking keep kicking me off.
Yeah,
To be fair, I do think it's time to knock that on the head. I don't think it needs to be 2 years later. It doesn't need to be online all the time. Because if they ever switch the fucking servers off, the game will be unplayable. Because
yeah,
I do remember it having issues on release day, and I kept getting kicked out of the game, and that was driving me fucking mental. But yeah, it's I would call Hitman near perfect.
I especially like the fact that it's the more you're playing it, the more you unlock to make the game both easier and more enjoyable because you're unlocking more safe houses, you're unlocking
Yeah,
more starting points, you're unlocking more equipment to use, you're finding ways of killing the people you're supposed to be killing, different ways of doing it that
yeah,
you couldn't do before because you didn't have the ability to get to certain areas because you didn't have disguises or you didn't start in the right place, so you couldn't get your timing right.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. It's a game. It just like all games like it. It just improves the more you play it. And
Yeah.
yeah, I genuinely I would call Hitman 2016 perfect. I really want to play the sequel. I'm I'm dubious about spending money on it, mainly because by the time I get to it, I would have missed the first elusive
Sean,
target.
you'll have missed Sean Bean.
Yeah, and I would like to play that, so I will wait for whatever the Game of the Year edition turns out to be, because when they've done the Game of the Year edition of the first one, all the elusive targets were brought back for it.
Yeah.
So I will probably wait for that, and it's not because I don't want to play it, it's because I want to play the Sean Bean mission. I just don't want to be rushed.
Yeah. I mean, I really want to play it, and I don't know if I've got enough time between now and Sean Bean ending to finish Hitman 1.
No, no, I guarantee you haven't. Not unless you find yourself with 2 more days off of work.
So my car's currently not able to drive to work. Someone slashed my tires again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to, let work know that I can't make it in.
Say that. I want the ability to not be able to get into work just so I can get to bed and sleep for a few extra hours. Done nothing but fucking work my nuts off the last couple of months. I'm absolutely shattered.
Yeah. So, do you want to give a quick once over of the only other game you've
Ugh,
played?
no.
That bad, huh?
The worst game I've played this year by quite a fucking margin, which is saying something considering some of the shite I've played this year. I, the Quiet Man. I'm just going to leave it at, we saw The Quiet Man advertised at E3 and it looked really interesting. And even when people started saying it was crap, I didn't believe how bad it was, so I played it. It is the worst game I have ever played. It is broken beyond belief. The camera, it's shit. The shit camera where you can't actually move around anything. It's offensive in all the ways it could possibly be offensive. It tries to be like an art house movie where you can't actually hear anything because the character you play as is deaf, which is a really cool idea. I really like the idea of being put in the position of a guy that can't hear and trying to figure out what's going on. But the problem is, there are sections of the game in these cutscenes, and it's more cutscene than it is game. And we're talking about 10-15 minute cutscenes, and then a bit of combat, and then another 10-15 minute cutscene. It's fucking terrible. But there are moments in this cutscene where the Quiet Man isn't even involved. You're not seeing it through his eyes. He's not on screen. He's not in the scene. He's nowhere to be seen. In fact, he's in a different city in one point, and yet I'm still watching it as if I'm listening to it from a deaf person's point of view. Why the fuck can't I hear this bit? The deaf guy isn't here. What the fuck is going on? Mate, literally 3 hours of my life I will never get back. Luckily, it's only 3 hours long. But, yeah, it's terrible. And apparently there's DLC coming that puts voices in it. And I'm like, wait, what? So either you realise your game is fucked and you need to put voices in it to make it obvious what's going on, because I got no idea what I played.
Yeah.
Or 2, you basically put out a game that you weren't finished making yet just to see if you can make any money. I hope it doesn't make any money. Genuinely, I hope it doesn't make any money.
Too late.
It's fucking awful. I wouldn't wish a shit on my worst enemy. Really horrible, clunky combat. I'll tell you what it reminded me of. Do you remember Dead to Rights Retribution?
No, I don't actually.
It's the game where you play a copper with his dog. And it's
Okay.
It's kind of crap, but it's a bit fun. But it had this really kind of clunky... Once the combat kicked in, you basically looked like you were playing Virtua Fighter 1. It just looked really crap. But it at least was semi-fluid in Dead to Rights Retribution. But this one, no. It's just so crap. So terribly, terribly crap. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say. Don't fucking bother. Worst game I played this year. If I find a worse game to talk about between now and our end of year podcast, I will be really fucking surprised.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, yeah, that leaves us chance to
Mate, it's been a
recommend.
really long fucking podcast this week.
Yeah, I think recommendations and sign off. What you got?
Bulletstorm is on PS Plus.
Nice.
And it's Bulletstorm. It's shitloads of fun, and it's like 6 hours long. You can't not love it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, staying with a similar sort of vein of batshit insanity games, Dante's Inferno is on Games with Gold,
Yeah, man.
which is the ultimate controversy game with naked women bosses. Giant naked women bosses.
Giant naked demon bosses as well. Like with
Yeah.
massive dongs everywhere.
Just nudity.
It's basically shite God of War, but I actually really quite liked Dante's Inferno. It was a bit too long, and the last level was annoying, but yeah, I really liked it.
So there's what, us leaving now. So Brooks, people find you where?
Twitter. That's
Cool.
it.
Just
Brooker411 on Twitter. Come find me there.
Yeah. Long Dong Silver on Xbox Live, Twitter, the John_CU. Character unlock is what you can find us as on everything else.
It's just lost all will to do anything at this point.
It's just like it's 10:30. I've hit my awake ceiling.
Yeah, I'm not editing this tonight. I'm getting off and I'm going to bed. I'm fucking tired.
Yeah. So yeah, so character unlock if you don't care about us as individuals and you only really listen to us for the fact that we like to plug our Twitter feed
Yeah.
at the end of the show. Everyone should be playing Hitman because it's a really good game.
Yep.
If you didn't catch that message from all of the hatred of Fallout and all the hatred of Red Dead Redemption, but we actually played games that we liked this time.
Well, I've just seen a trailer on TV for Fallout 76. A beautiful vista and a beautiful bit of footage, and it says not actual game footage. And you look at it and go, no shit. It will never look that good, not ever. Anyway.
Yeah. So, if you take anything from this, is that Fallout 76 is not a good game. Red Dead Redemption is only good if you like spares coming out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
And Hitman 2016 is a very good game, and you should be playing it before you even consider playing anything else this year.
There we go.
Say goodbye, Brooks.
No.
Cool. Bye, everyone.